Hey Kirk, this is Keaton Everett with ABC, going over your pitching video from camp. I'm going to go through and talk a little bit about your mechanics, kind of what I'm seeing, and just go through and kind of help you get to a spot where you're using more of your body. You know, pitching's a really complex, really hard motion, and it's something that as you get older, as you get stronger, as you get more coordinated, you know, as you're able to control your body a lot better, it's going to be a lot easier for you. So, the sooner the better. As long as you can kind of grasp the concepts and kind of work on them here and there, as that strength comes, you're going to get a lot better, and it's going to be a lot more efficient for you. So, basically, you know, a lot of what I'm going to talk about today, you know, you may not physically be able to do yet. You know, it's just something that will come. But there are a few things that we can work on to smooth yourself. You know, we always want to be moving. Um, we don't ever want to kind of pause, and just to kind of try to rewire that lower body. You know, there are strength gains you can make called neurological adaptations, and just the fact of, you know, doing something, repeating it, you know, the brain's able to kind of rewire everything to get yourself more efficient. So that's basically the biggest goal with kids your age, is just kind of rewiring the body, kind of going through and trying to repeat everything, and then it'll kind of come a little bit easier. So we'll go through and we're going to look at, you know, what are you doing over the rubber? How are you starting? Are you balanced? You know, we're going to look at what your hips are doing, because that's where our power, that's where our velocity comes from, is in our hips. So we want to use our hips to throw the ball, and then we're going to look at foot strikes. So the first frame where that left foot hits the ground, we're going to look at that to see if you're in a healthy position. It's going to look like if we're in a nice powerful position, and then we're going to look at through your release. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to look at your setup here. Okay, so the biggest thing here that's going to be easy for you to fix is watch what your head's doing through the motion here. You can see it sink back. All right, what we need to do is we need to start that head and that weight already over that back leg. Okay, we don't want any backwards movement, just like sprinters. You know, you don't see sprinters getting the blocks and rock backwards and then forwards. It's just a timing mechanism, and it's less efficient. So all you got to do is just, instead of having your weight set up in the middle, shift everything back. All right, and what I mean by shift back is use your hips. Don't just kind of lean your body back. You know, here, just take your hips from here and shift them back. You know, to here. That's all it is. Just that small little movement. But that's going to be big for you. Alright, so as we get up, so now we're going to be balanced back here initially. So as we're getting up here, now our main goal is to get our hips in a strong, closed, powerful position to get us going down the hill. So as you can see, you come up here, and you just kind of pause here, alright, and then that leg starts coming down. We don't want any pause. We want that leg to come up and to come down all at the same time, alright? So all that's happening here is you're not getting balanced. Your whole body's not balanced. You got to get in a position where you're able to hold this balance. Okay, you can kind of see your back foot here kind of spin off the ground. So you kind of go up on your tiptoes and spin. So all you need to work on is this balanced position for you. Get to a position where you're already balanced over that back leg, and just do dry reps. Just come up, hold your knee, and hold that position for 2 seconds. Just come up and get that position. Alright, don't do it all slow. Try to do it game speed. But just come up and hold that position, you know, right here. Get this leg up, you know, a little bit farther back, and just get to that position and just be able to maintain that balance. You know, balance is big for you. If you can do some balance drills, something else, that'll be big. Alright, drop these hands too down your waist, because you're going to see that your hands kind of wants to break a little bit lower, but your glove stays right up there. Alright, we don't want to have that glove stay there. Your glove doesn't really move down at all. It just stays right there and just stays right by your face and rotates out. Alright, we got to make sure that this glove follows this foot. Alright, and that's just going to help you get out farther down the mat. So all you got to do is drop these hands down towards your belt a little bit more. Okay, so when you start forward, alright, this glove can just follow this front foot out here. So it's going to drop down, you know, out here, and it's just going to follow this leg. So at this position, your gloves out here and your elbows right out here. All right, so just let that glove follow that front foot. Okay. Another thing that you need to start working on is getting these hips going down the hill farther. So keep this leg closed longer. All right, and just let these hips travel farther down. So farther down here, I want to see you in this position where this knee's kind of starting to turn down. All right, but this front leg's more probably right about here. All right, your hips are still loaded up, and then that leg pops open. And all that's going to do is your foot strike is right here. All right, everything's opening up early. Your hips are open. Your shoulders are open. All right, you're really closed off. You're really not even striding very far down the mound. Take your shoes and mark off 5 to 6 feet lengths, one over the other, and that's where you should be landing. All right, I think kind of based on your height and everything, you should be landing probably somewhere out here somewhere. We just got to get that lower half is so important for you. And we got to get that lower half more involved. Just keep those hips closed, stride out down the hill. That's going to help yourself get in a little bit better position, okay? The other thing too is watch this elbow. We don't ever want this elbow to get high above your shoulder, all right? And you're going to watch what it does is it goes straight up right here. As you get older and get stronger, that's going to put a lot of strain on that shoulder, all right? At this position, we want to try to get that shoulder a little bit lower, all right? We just don't want to have it pop straight up here. We want to try to keep it down here a little bit. And your ball actually gets to its highest point right here. All right, and we want to get it to its highest point at foot strike. So right when that front foot hits, now we want to try to see it, back here, that front glove farther out over this front foot. All right, and you're looking somewhere like at this position, okay? Your front leg's reaching out here a little bit longer. All right, so just and all that is because you start your hand so quickly out of that glove. You start your hand right out here, and all you do is you just go straight up, right as high as you can. All right, we just got to try to have that not be so quick up. All right, you can kind of see yourself through foot strike. Everything's just kind of compacted here. All right, you just got to let this front arm get out there a little bit more. And then that's going to allow yourself to rotate farther over that front foot. You can kind of see here, your elbow kind of drops and it's dragging. That's putting a little bit of strain on that elbow. All right, and that's just because you're so short with your stride and you're so short with your upper body that elbow kind of has to take the load. And then you can see through release, your front foot's off the ground. We want to try to see you drive all the way through that back leg, keeping that back foot on the ground, staying over that front foot a little bit longer. All right. And again, for you, the biggest thing that this is it's a whole lot of strength. All right. It's a whole lot of coordination, something that will come. So you just need to focus on, first off, is being more fluid with your motion. Once that leg comes up, it comes back down. Bring your hands lower, break your hands, and let that front glove, and you can see on this one, you really pause and then get going. We don't want any pause. We just want you to come set, already bounce over that back foot so you're ready to go. All right, and then it's just a matter of keeping your legs closed, driving your hips down the hill, and letting that arm kind of follow a little bit longer of a pass so it's not so quick. Your arm just gets way up ahead of your upper body, and then everything kind of rotates at the same time, and you're just losing a whole lot of power. So use those legs, extend down the hill, and just more importantly, just make yourself bounce. All right, that's just going to be the biggest thing for you to work on is just being balanced and just being able to control your body through this tough motion. All right, so just get your hips going quicker down the mound. Get your hips going. Let those hips lead down the mound. And you're going to be on the right path to getting yourself better. So hopefully you had a great time at camp. Thanks for making it out. We look forward to seeing you at the ABC.